Hello?
Hello, can I speak with somebody from Rocket Baby Dolls?
Yes, speaking. This is Dominic.
Sorry, I'm just kidding. Hi, it's Arta Dvarionas from Riga, Radio SWH. Nice to hear you. And how is Muse doing today?
We're doing great, thanks. We're sitting here in Austria, in Vienna, currently about to do a gig. So had a nice day, kind of checking out a few sites around the city. But everyone's good, in good spirits, healthy, enjoying the tour.
The first time I saw you was in 2004 in Germany, and I have to be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of Muse before that, but that gig changed my opinion of you for good, and I have seen you at least 3 times after that. I have to say, your shows get better with every year. How did you make your live performance so flawless?
There's always room for improvement, of course, but I don't know, it's just something we love doing, you know, we love putting on big shows and like being very creative with all the production and the stage set, you know, and we use a lot of like video and visual stuff to kind of go along with the music, and it's just something, you know, we spend a lot of time doing it. We work on it all by ourselves with, you know, friends of ours as well, so we're very hands-on. It's very kind of, it's got a very personal touch to it. It's just something that we love doing, you know. It's something we've kind of honed over the years, and this, the new show that we're currently touring is also great and feels like it's stepped up a whole nother level as well, so you should come and see this one.
Yeah, I have seen your new stage only in pictures, and it's impressive. And so what are we going to see in the new Muse show in Riga?
We have, the new show it's awesome, it's amazing. It's we had this massive upside-down pyramid that kind of moves around, stretches out, compresses, and can basically turn itself inside out and come down and consume the band at some point. You'll see a bit of that. You'll probably see me doing a bit of like kung fu, fending off some kind of businessmen types. You'll see all sorts of crazy psychedelic stuff and loads of lasers and stuff like that. It's pretty full on, but you know, aside from all that, all the bells and whistles, it feels like a different show as well. It feels like it's got a much more kind of personal connection with the crowd. This stage set. You know, I think the last production and the last tour we did on the Resistance, the stage show felt, you know, a little bit kind of distant from the audience because we were stuck on these 3 towers. But this time round, there's definitely a bit more of a personal connection with the audience, certainly from Matt and Chris, you know, this time round. So it feels like the whole show has stepped up a level for sure.
Can't wait to see.
Cool. Yeah, it's good.
Let's talk about creation. What in this chain of creation, songwriting, recording in studio, and live shows, you enjoy the most?
It's all good. I mean, I love touring. I mean, I probably like that the most, but obviously I wouldn't be able to do that without enjoying the creative process. But I love touring, you know, it's where you're kind of, you know, you're exposed on stage. It's a completely spontaneous thing, playing music, and playing music live is something, you know, you can lose yourself in the music. You know, it takes you on a journey. It gives you a feeling that you don't always get necessarily when you're in the studio recording. But, you know, the creative process is also a huge journey in itself, and I love doing that. You know, obviously they work hand in hand, but I love traveling around the world, you know, and meeting people and seeing different cities and stuff like that, and playing music at the same time is awesome. But, you know, equally being, you know, producers and producing music and getting it all together is equally fun. But, you know, we'll put it this way, you know, we can kind of, at the end of 6 months of making an album, we're definitely ready to leave the studio. But we can probably tour for about, you know, a year and a half before we want to go back in the studio.
Looking at you, I get the impression that you all work in total consensus. Do you often come across with different opinions?
Within the band, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, all the time. Yeah, I mean, yeah, all the time. But certainly when we're in the studio and stuff like that, because that's the creative time, and there's lots of decision making to be done. And yeah, we often have difference of opinions. But the good thing about our band is we're 3 people, so you know, it's very democratic, and there's always like an odd one out when it comes to a decision. Sometimes we all agree, but if we don't, it's easy to kind of for it to be 2 against 1. So it works out quite nicely. It's very democratic.
Yeah, I think 3 men in a band, it's the most democratic model.
Yeah, 3 is the magic number, said De La Soul back in the 80s.
Is it true that all 3 of you are academically trained musicians?
No, that's not true at all. No, we all of us learned our instruments by ourselves. Just, when we were kids at school, we all kind of picked up instruments from a young age, Myself was playing the drums probably when I was about 12, and, Matt probably started the guitar around that time, as did Chris. I think Matt played a little bit of piano just before those ages, probably when he was 10 or something. But yeah, he totally taught himself the piano, and all the kind of classical stuff that he plays on the piano, that's all self-taught, as is myself and the drums and Chris playing the bass. Yeah, I mean, we were just friends at school, so, we learned our instruments by literally just playing together and listening to music and doing cover versions and, just literally learning that way. So we never studied, but it was literally like when we first got in a band, it was like, okay, let's be in a band, cool. None of us can play anything, and it was just like, you play the bass, I'll play the drums, you sing, let's go. And then we just got in a room and figured it out, but I'm sure we were pretty shit when we first started, but yeah, we're all self-taught.
It's impossible to not notice impact of Queen, the Beatles, and other classics in your music, but in the same time you flirt with new genres, for example, dubstep. Looks like you are having fun.
Yeah, having loads of fun. Yeah, I don't know, I think, when we're in the studio, we're always trying to, find some new musical influences or try and make some music that challenges ourselves and challenges what we've done in the past. I mean, the process of evolving musically for our band has always been, the reason we've stayed together for so long, So we're always, like that trying to find a balance of mixing different styles together. I think on this album, that's really obvious as well, because it's quite a, it's a very diverse album, I suppose, musically and like genre-wise. I mean, you listen to the first 3 songs and it almost sounds like 3 different bands, but all kind of sits together there as Muse. So yeah, we just the process of experimenting and discovering new musical ideas is an exciting thing to do.
Let's go back to your tour. I suppose you have traveled all around the world with your shows, but where Muse has never been but should definitely go?
We would like to, yeah, I mean, we've been to so many places. We've never played in India or China. We've played in Hong Kong, but not like mainland China. We would love to play there. Like I said, India, where else? I think that's it. I think we've been everywhere else. We've played on every continent in the world, and most of the countries within those. Literally India and China, or... yeah, and then, other than that, it's somewhere else in the universe.
You've been in Latvia twice. Has it left its marks in your hearts?
I love Latvia. I love it there. It's we love coming there and playing it. Riga's, a really lovely city. Every time we go there, we seem to ride bikes around town, which is a fun thing to do. But, I've met some great people there over the years of coming, and I love it there. It's got a good vibe. There seems to be lots of more women than men.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe that's just me, but it seems to be that way. It is true, yeah.
Yes. So thank you, and see you in concert on December 13th in Riga. And in conclusion, I would like to hear an ID for our radio station. The radio is called Radio SWH.
SWH?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll go. So, hey, this is Dom from Muse, and you're listening to SWH.
Thank you. Great. See you in Riga.
Okay. See you all guys in Riga. Can't wait to come there. Cheers. See ya. Bye-bye.